It's Lawrence from the Performance Ranch, and I'm actually going to introduce my daughter here. This is Natalie. She's going to help us out today. We're gonna work on some movement drills for youth. So recently, I've been getting a couple of kids and even some older adults have been coming in here, and they want to work on their running form. The problem with the running form is not just necessarily like how they run. The idea is obviously what they're trying to change, but the main thing we're looking at is an underlying cause. It's usually a strength and a mobility issue. So those two things playing in, we're going to work on that today with Natalie here. She's 9 years old, gymnast, cheerleader, soccer player in the past. So she's had some running experience. She does run for the vault at gymnastics. So anyways, we're going to work on that today. But the first thing is, knowing her, knowing how she moves. She's been training here at the Performance Ranch for a couple months now. And I have introduced her to the foam roller. Again, she is young. She is 9. But I don't really feel it's too late, it's too early, especially when the kids are showing these symptoms, I guess. So the big thing I look at with Natalie and these other kids that have come in the past, as well as some older adults, like I mentioned earlier, is this anterior pelvic tilt. So they stand here and their belt line dips down to the ground, right? So there's two major things that's happening here. One is this anterior core is a little weak, right? So it's actually getting stretched out. And so is this posterior chain. The glutes are a little weak or underactive. So they're not doing what they should. So ideally, these hips should come under and this rib cage should get pulled down. So now I can stand a little taller. Also, I have a little more power and strength coming from my hips. So we're going to work on that today with Natalie. But the first thing we're going to do, we've got to settle these front side down. The hip flexors, the quads, all the muscles up front. So we introduced the roller to her. It's been about a year, I think, we started using it. Last year when she was playing soccer. So we're going to do it real quick. So Natalie, I'm going to have you get down. I want you to lay down on the roller. You're going to roll out the front of your thighs here. So you're going to stay face down, just like that. And again, this is one big thing I want you to do, and I had to help a young girl with this yesterday. Nat does really good here. You can see she holds her posture. She's maintaining where she needs to be. You want to keep this lower back from arching too much. So go ahead and let your belly drop all the way down. So that's what we don't want to do, okay? We want to make sure she's staying active to that core. Good. We're also going to have her get her legs straight. Good. How's that feel, Natalie? Does it hurt? Kind of, yeah. And then I want you to kind of tilt side to side. So you're going to roll like you're going to get to the outsides, to the IT bands. So like that. So we're going to turn like this. You're going to turn your body all the way over. Let's go ahead and bring it up higher, and then turn your body like this. There you go. And now you're going to roll up the side with that right leg. There you go. How's that feel? It's hurt, huh? Yeah. So again, very tight. Good. As an athlete, especially a female athlete, this is a common problem I see with female athletes is they're very quad dominant. They're not using the posterior chain. You probably heard this before, especially with youth soccer players. We see this. I've seen this for last 20 years now. It's usually more so now than it was then, but it's because they're overdeveloped so much from the anterior side and just underdeveloped from the backside. So it's hamstrings, glutes, even the upper traps, the shoulders, the posterior, anything in the backside. You notice their posture just starts to round forward more and more throughout as they age, usually related to digital stuff, right? They're on their phones. Looking down at books, looking down at computer screens, even just sitting posture-wise. So how'd that feel? Loosen up a little bit? I want you to sit on it now. So what we're going to get her to do, we're going to do the inner thigh now. So we're actually going to lay face down again. Sorry, face down. Yep, like that. Yep, and then you're going to put this leg. So we're going to show her from the inside. We're going to put the leg on the inside now. So right above the knee, lay her hips. And you don't necessarily have to lift up. You can stay on the ground. There you go. Kind of turn this leg in. Ideally, you want to make a T with the leg and the roller. How's that feel, Natalie? Is it tight a little bit? Yeah. Just breathe and relax. Breathe right there. Now hold it. Does it hurt there? No? Find that spot that hurts the most. Right there. Now go ahead and bend the leg. And then try to straighten it out. How's that feel? Horrible? Yeah. So again, lots of tension in there, right? Trying to break that up. I know it's tough, and using the foam roller now for, like I said, 20 years, I do see a big change with how we use it. We used to talk about just roll over, kind of kind of get the spot a little soft. We'll do that on the other side now. So lay face down. Let's get this right leg. It's the same exact thing. But really what we want to do is find the tissue that's tense. So I'm going to get to the spot right there. That's her spot right there. I'm holding it there. She's going to breathe through. I'm not even putting any pressure on it because I want it to relax. Again, today we're using the Rolga foam roller. Shout out to Rolga. They are awesome. These are probably the best foam roller I've ever used. And I said, I have been rolling for 20 years and I've used hundreds of different types of products. I still like the Hyperice one, the vibrating one. The problem with that is just a little loud at night. So I have it up in my bedroom and vibrates the whole floor. We don't like that. So this one is nice, especially at night. Yep, I'm on that hot spot. Oh, it's okay. Just go ahead and breathe. So now I'm going to actually add a little bit of motion to it. Bend her knee, and then I'm going to straighten it out. How's that feel? Feel better? Cool. All right, we're going to do one more for her because of posture, right? We're thinking about she's getting pulled forward, so these muscles want to pull her forward. The other one is upper body. Her shoulders want to get pulled forward. As a gymnast, she's hanging a lot. She's having to get a handstand a lot. So that handstand position, especially in gymnastics, it forces them to this extension, excessive extension in their posture, especially when they raise their hands up, right? They're really teaching in pronounced here. I want them to be a little more strong here. So we're going to work on her lats now. Go ahead and lay face down on your side. We're going to put it right in your armpit. Yep. Lay down here. Yeah. There we go. How's that feel? Horrible? Yeah. Okay, go and keep it long. And then you're going to roll forward. Woo. How's that feel there? A little tense? Find the spot that hurts the most. Right there. Get this arm straight as you can and thumb to the ceiling. There you go. So the lat muscle is an internal rotator, meaning it's going to want to pull her thumb in. We're trying to do an external rotation against it. So we're trying to stretch that lat out. Good. How's it feel in there? Not bad? Good. Going to keep rolling up. How's that? You find it? Let's hold it. It does get tight. So, it does get a lot of tension there. Again, we're not trying to make a change overnight. This is a continual thing you have to do. You have to stay consistent at this. If you don't do it, it will come back to be tight again. So the other side now, same thing on your left arm. So again, you see with this Rolga roller here, has some little bumps to it. And with the bumps, the nice thing is you're able to, I think of it as the palm of your hands. Have you ever been to a massage therapist and, they find that spot and all of a sudden they just keep pressing on it. They keep that pressure with the hand. I treat this the same thing. So once I find that spot, I kind of dig into it. You feel it there? Yeah? One of my favorite things to do is I actually reach with this hand and I grab this hand and I pull it. I bend my elbow. At least lean onto it. Yeah. So now I'm stretching the lat. How's that feel? Horrible? Yeah. So again, lots of tension there. All right. So we'll stop there. We'll stay on the floor though. Now we're going to use a little mini band here. Again, does not need to be very resistant. This is our lightest band that we have. Again, she is 9 years old, and she does strength train. She is strong, but it's not about how resistant the band is. We're losing the band for activation. So we're going to put this around her knees, and you're going to lie on your back here. We're going to do bridges. But before bridges, we're going to do breathing. Right? We're going to really talk specifically about breathing. Band here. We're going to put it right around her knees. We're going to have her knees bent. So go ahead and bend your knees. Put your feet flat on the floor. We're going to get her feet directly under, sorry. You got it? Yeah. Right. We're going to have her feet in line with her hips, her knees in line with her hips. We're going to have her push her knees apart just a little bit, right there. That's just to give a little bit of tension in the hips. Not hard, just a little bit. Now, we're going to work on breathing here. So the number one thing we're going to work on with people overall is just how to breathe. So I like to rely on nasal breathing. So we're going to have her keep her mouth closed, in through the nose and out through the nose. But as she breathes, I want her to focus on breathing from her belly. So breathe in, now breathe out. And as you breathe out, you're going to try to flatten your lower back against the floor. Good. And not crunching, not crunching. Just pull it down. There we go. So in through the nose. Good. And breathe out. Good. And as she does that, she's starting to move from these muscles. You can start to see it. Ready? In. Good. And then out. You notice I have my hands on her rib cage. I actually feel her rib cage moving. That's a very good thing. You want to get this diaphragm to start to move. This is usually the root cause of most people that can't activate their core, is they don't know how to properly breathe. That proper breath motion is what holds people up from being able to drive and use this core as a platform for power and strength. So she's got the breathing down. So now we keep the knees apart a little bit. So now, feet are straight. Knees are pressed out. We're going to work on breathing again, but as she breathes out, now she's going to tuck her hips under her and drive her belt buckle to the ceiling. Ready? Breathe out and push up. Bridge, push up. Push your hips all the way up. There you go. And then down. Let's do that again, but this time don't move your feet. Keep your feet exactly where they are. Ready? Breathe in and breathe out. So just try that again. Reset. Breathe out on the way up. Breathe in on the way down. So breathe in. Breathe out. Push up. Good. Breathe in, go down. Breathe out, push up. And just nice and slow and controlled. You want to feel it in the hips. You feel it there? Good. Keep on going. In. Breath in. Down. Breath out. Up. We're going to do 10 reps of this. That 10 reps is just repetition, right? We just need to get the motion down so she understands what she's trying to do. We're trying to get the core to activate. So when she's up in this tall position, we should see knees, hips, and shoulders all in one line here. Not excessive extension from the lower back. Go down. Shouldn't see her shoulders rounding up to her ears either. She's sitting nice and tall. Go ahead and do 2 more. Breathe out, but keep those knees apart. Ready? Breathe out. And also I'm looking at, are her feet in line with her knees, in line with her hips, in line with her shoulders? Okay, everything should be symmetrical. One more time. Good. Where are you feeling it? Your hips. How do you feel it here too? A little bit? Good. Perfect. All right. Good. All the way down. Let's put this on your feet now. We're going to do your knee ends. So the first thing I noticed is when she was doing our hurdle step test on our functional movement screen, is her hips were just all over the place. She didn't have good control. So I started thinking, well, I can help her with her running form, but underlying cause, she doesn't have the strength necessary for me to even put those drills in. So we got to work on the base before we work on the actual, the tip of the pyramid, right? We need to work on the base of the pyramid. So this is the base right here. Everything's supported. She has a supported spine. Her shoulders are back. She's working on breathing. She's going to keep her toes pointed straight to the ceiling. As she breathes out, she's going to pull her left knee in to her chest. Good. And as she breathes in, she's going to come right back. She's going to do that 5 times. But as she does this, go ahead and do it on your own. Same leg 5 times. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. And keep those hips nice and level. Do it again. Good. So as she does this motion, I'm making sure her hips are staying aligned, okay? So what you typically see, especially with the hurdle step, is they take a step, you see the hips want to be unbalanced. We also filmed this young girl, going to switch sides. We filmed this young girl here, and I'm also watching her feet, so making sure her feet are staying pointed straight to the ceiling, her knees are staying in line, going down again. That's an important skill too, is making sure the feet are always pointed straight, because that was one of the things that she showed to me as she was running on the treadmill there. Her feet wanted to turn out a lot. And then as she turned her feet out, every step she would take, that opposite side would just drop. So lots of instability to the hips. So this is why we do this drill. This is like a stability drill for the hips from the very start. Good. Now we're going to start here. Let's keep those feet up to the ceiling now. So go to lie on your back. Legs straight up. Flex your quads out hard. Go like this. Legs are straight as you can. Now breathe out as you lower one down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep those legs strong. Same thing. 5 times on that leg. Breathe out. Breathe in. Where are you feeling that? Good. Okay. In here. Perfect. That's good. That's what we want to feel. We want to feel that core. That's the number one thing we're trying to work on with this drill here. Try to do it again, but don't let it touch the floor this time. Down. Right there. Now come back up. Good. 3 more like that. Breathe out. No. On the right. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Don't let it touch the floor. 2 more. Good. Back. You feel that core working now? Good. Again, a very good core drill here. And also independently moving the legs, just like for running. Now switch. Take a break? Yeah. It's okay. Give them a break, right? Again, she's coming in. She's young. We just want to make sure that She understands the movements. Go ahead and do it again now. Other side. Legs locked out and straight. Flex those quads out. Good. Now breathe out. Lower that leg down. Don't let it touch. Come back. Good. Make sure the toes point straight to the ceiling the whole time. Again, down. So if you're doing this, no, I'm sorry. I meant straight, like keep them neutral, like this. Good. Now go down. Good. And then back. Good. Don't let them move. Flex them hard. Down and back. Good. 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. 1 more. How's it feeling? Feeling core? Good. All right. Perfect. Now, final thing we're going to do here, we're going to do this from a upright position. So she's going to get on her knees now. You get up nice and tall. Just like this, yep. And I want you just to get up tall and tuck your hips under you. Squeeze and pull that rib cage down. Good. Now go back and then go forward. Good. So 3 times. Down and forward. Perfect. And now we'll do it 1 more time, facing this direction. But now you're going to turn and face this direction. Same exact thing. 3 more. And we're showing what we're going to work on here. We're working on keeping these hips under her. So tuck your hips under you. Get the core tight. There we go. So she should be strong in that position. Down and up. Strong. Good. 1 more. Down and up. Strong up. Tuck them under you. There you go. Try that 1 more time. Down and then finish strong. Where do you feel all that?
Right here.
Core, yep, exactly. Work at that core. Go ahead and stand all the way up. So the final thing we're going to do here, we're going to work on being upright now. So she was just on her knees, and she was demonstrating that hip anterior tilt, right? She was demonstrating getting the glutes active. So now we're going to demonstrate her doing this but standing up. So let's go ahead and stand up tall. I want you to just face me. Put your hands behind your head. And remember, get those hips under you. There you go. Elbows out wide, and I want you just to march in place. Perfect. But not too high, not where you have to lean, right? There you go. Only to about waist height. There you go. Switch. And now she's going to stop here. I'm going to have her bring her foot in front of her. Oh, try it again. Gotta work on balance. Good. Again. Switch it. Back and forth. Get that knee up. Foot pointed straight. Good. And switch. Knee up. Foot pointed straight. Good. And you can see as she does this, she's demonstrated she's able to hold that stability on one leg. Keep that core in tight. Switch. It's also showing she can express that extension through that opposite hip and get into flexion here. Go ahead and keep it tall. Good. And switch. Perfect. So now she can do this slow. This one's a little bit wonky. Put it down. Try it again. So that one's good. I'll try the same thing with the left, but don't let it turn out. Put straight up. Good. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but face the camera. So get tall. Stay tall. Get those hips under you. Good. Same thing. March. Give me 3 on each side. Keep that foot pointed straight ahead. There we go. And again, switch. Perfect. So we're looking here as her hips aren't leaning to the side. They're staying level. Just keeping that core engaged. She's going to bring that foot up in front of her a little bit more. 1 more time. And keep that foot straight. The last thing we're going to have her do here is a wall drill. So she's going to lean into the wall. Here, nice and tall, keep that core in tight. She's going to bring her knee up in front of her, exactly as she was doing it on the floor. Sorry, there. And holding. Yep, do it here. Yep, but you do it here first. Get your arms straight, get your head up. Get the balls of your feet so you can get your heels off the ground. Perfect. Look straight ahead. Relax the shoulders. Hands down. Right there. Stay strong from here. As you're doing a plank against the wall. Bring your right knee up. Hold that right there. Hold it. Stay strong. Imagine trying to push the wall over. There we go. Get strong. Elbows to the ceiling. Get tall. Get strong. Hold this position. Knee up, toe up. Get this leg straight. There we go. Good. Look ahead. Relax the shoulders. Good. And switch. Again. You notice there's a lot going on here. So when you see these kids just doing wall drills, like they're running with their feet going nuts, it doesn't really do anything because you got to emphasize a lot of form here. This is a form drill. This is not a drill that you just go out and do to think that's going to help improve your kid's speed. That leg straight. Good. And rest. How does it feel? Challenging, huh? You're challenging the whole core and whole posture. But once you start doing that, once you're able to hold this core and really work on the underlying root cause of what's causing the weakness, which is this anterior side, which is the glutes, hamstrings. Once we start doing that, then you'll start to be able to see how your running posture, your running form dramatically improves. Give this a few times. I would say probably try this, something like this we just did today, probably 3, maybe 4 days every week, about 20, 30 minutes at it. You'll see within a couple of weeks how the body starts to respond a lot faster, especially when they're young. When they're young, it's so much easier to get them to do things and respond. When you're old like me, it's a little harder. It may take several months. Kids, usually just a few weeks, and they can see it. All right. Subscribe to our channel. Check it out. You can also like this video. It really helps us out. We're going to try to make more of videos like this. All right. Thank you very much. Bye.